What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over how you should know how hard you're training, and if you know you're training hard enough in the gym. Going to be going over this for beginner, intermediate, and advanced lifters today, so I'll also let you know where you fall into that beginner to advanced stage. So let's get right into it. So I would say the beginner range, or let's call it the newbie range, would be from 0 to 1 year. And in this range, you really don't have to worry about this. All you should be worrying about is your form and trying to get a good pump and mind-muscle connection in the gym. When you're this new to the gym, any kind of lifting, regardless of how easy it is, will stimulate muscle growth, because your body has had no prior stimulus beforehand, so you're going to be able to grow off a lot lighter of a stimulus than compared to an intermediate or advanced lifter. So really, in the first year of training, you don't got to worry about this at all. Now we'll get on to the beginner stage. So I would call this 1 to 3 years, and this is where you're still new to the gym, but you should probably be training a little bit harder. Now, you still don't have to be training to failure to make gains, but by this point you probably got the form down hard enough, and you should start to feel some burn in the muscles when you're training as well. Like, you don't just want so far away from failure that you're not getting any lactic acid or anything like that, but you still really don't have to worry about training hard. You're still a beginner in the gym, and the stimulus that you're doing is still going to produce muscle growth. Now, you don't want to be training so easy where it's like, oh, I don't, like, that was like the easiest set ever. Like, it should be a little bit hard, but nothing crazy. Now I'm going to call this 3 to 5 years, let's say, and I would consider that an intermediate lifter. So in this range, we probably need to be pushing a little bit harder. So I would actually recommend, for an intermediate lifter, you take at least one of your sets to failure. And this is just because I still don't think to maximize gains as an intermediate lifter, you necessarily need to go all the way to failure. But I think every now and again, you need to know what failure feels like so you can adjust your weights and reps accordingly on other sets. And also on your other sets, if you're never making a funny face or you're never grunting at all mid-set, you're probably not training hard enough. And this is where the intermediate stage is where I think the 3 or 1 RIR can kind of make sense. Personally, for me, I still really like training hard because it's fun, but I think you can get away with it here. So as long as you're pushing moderately hard, and I think you should take at least one set of every exercise to failure, just so you know where you're at in retrospect to your previous sets. Because what if you take that one set to failure and then you get like 5 extra reps? Then you'll know on your previous ones you need to train a little bit harder, because we're not super good at guessing when we're going to be at failure. So I think by at least taking one set to failure, that will just ensure those gains are really still going to be progressing. Okay, 5 to 10 years, we are into that advanced stage. So I've been training for 3.5 years, so I would fall into that intermediate stage. But as an advanced lifter, I definitely think you should be taking the majority of your sets to failure, and this is why. So I do still think that, like, training 1 rep in reserve can work for advanced level lifters, but even when we're pushing to failure, I do not believe that, let's say someone trains to failure, like, okay, that's failure. If I put a gun to that person's head, I bet you they're doing another rep. So they're, even though they think they're training to failure, psychologically, they may actually not be, and they may be leaving a rep in the tank. And that's why, personally, for me, I like to always say I'm taking my sets to failure, because maybe psychologically I'm leaving stuff on the table because it burns so much and it freaking hurts and I just want the set to end. So I think that you should really be pushing in this advanced stage, because even when you are really pushing, you're probably going to still be leaving a rep in the tank, which is probably where you should be, but psychologically you're leaving that rep in the tank, so you still think you're going to failure. So, and I also think that maybe incorporating some intensity techniques like long length partials or partial reps past failure or drop sets can also be a good idea. I just wouldn't go too crazy on those, because then you don't want to overtrain. So, I mean, put it in wherever it feels good. Maybe if you think you stopped the set too early, just add in a drop set and bang out some more reps and push hard and train hard, and you're going to get the gains. All right, now we got elite level trainees. So this is anywhere from 10 years plus. So really at this stage, we're done with newbie gains. I mean, we were done at newbie gains at the advanced stage, really. But this is where it's really difficult to keep making gains, I would say, past 10 years. Now, this is different if you're, let's say, like me, a teenager. Like, I started training at 14. When I'm 24, I still think I'll be making gains. But let's say you started training at 25 and now you're 35, the gains may start to slow down quite a bit here. So this is where I think you really need to bump up the intensity. That I think you should be taking majority to all your sets to failure, incorporating lots of drop sets, even like some supersets. Like, I know a superset I like to do anyway is I'll do easy bar, like skull crushers, and then I'll go, after I get to failure on that, I'm way stronger on a close grip bench, then I'll bang out some close grip bench and my triceps are absolutely on fire. Incorporating drop sets and other intensity techniques like that should keep that progression going. So that's the video, guys. That's how I think you should be training at each level of experience. So I know for me, it's kind of, I don't really train the way that an intermediate level trainer should really probably be training, but that's just because I find it so enjoyable to go to failure. Like, I just don't like the idea of knowing that I'm leaving shit on the table. Like, it feels so wrong. Like, it just feels like there's so much more I want to give to that set. Like, leaving a rep in the tank, like, it makes it feel so easy. Like, that last rep where you're really grinding, I mean, that's where shit is made. And if your rep speed also does not slow down at all, this is another point, then you're definitely not reaching close to failure. Your last rep should be noticeably grindy. If it's not grindy at all, and that bar or those dumbbells are not moving like real slow on that last rep, you definitely weren't close to failure, and that applies to squats and all that kind of stuff. So you should definitely notice a change in your bar speed as you approach failure. So that's the video, guys. Let me know in the comments, do you agree with me? Do you train a different way? I'm totally open to your opinions below. Obviously, I'm only 17 with limited experience in the gym, but this is just what I think. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.